I'm Katie Slade, author of The Victorious Vagina, How to Beat a Player at His Game and Win at Self-Love. Welcome to my show, and thank you so much for being here today. My show today is going to be a part 2 of domestic violence. Now, in my previous show, I shared the details of a very publicized case right now within the NBA arena, and that is regarding Kevin Porter Jr. and his alleged assault on his girlfriend. I'm not going to mention her name. You can check on my previous video and see all the details about her and what I shared there. And the reason why I'm not giving any more details about her in this particular show, I'm going to keep them very limited, is because in a video that I'm going to be sharing with you, she has made it a public request that no one speculate or make any commentary on what has happened to her physically. She is not cooperating with the police on this investigation regarding the physical injuries that she received and the necessity of the Millennium Hotel staff to call 911 for police assistance. I'm going to be sharing with you now a video from a YouTube host that goes by the name of Ticket TV. I'm going to link his post in my description so you can check out the whole episode yourself, but I'm just going to be focusing on a few minutes of what he shared about this case because it took a turn for me in terms of what the outcome was actually going to be based on the severity of her injuries and all of the drama surrounding the case. So again, this is a video from Ticket TV. Check it out. And again, I'll leave his link in the description of my video. Here we go.
Without her word. But according to the reports, she is not cooperating with the authorities in this case in regards to the alleged assault. She is keeping her mouth shut, according to reports. Now, also, I told you guys, the reports are alleging that he started to put hands on her and hurt her while she was in her sleep. He apparently had been locked out the room, from what the story was saying, and got a hotel assistant to help him get back in the room. And when he got back in the room, they said he started putting hands on her. They had already been into some type of, I guess, disagreement before that. Now, it says that she is not implicating him in any way in this assault, and that it's going to make it hard on the police, to prosecute this guy. It also says that she wants to make it absolutely clear that in any statements attributed to her in this regard are false, and she denies them entirely. Her intention is to set the record straight and to make sure that the truth is known, right? It says, according to a source close to this woman, she has not made a statement to the police. And y'all, let's get those likes up, man. Let's get over 400-500 likes early in this video. It says that according to the source, she has not made a statement to the police about this incident. Her lawyer has stated that the reports from her side are misleading and inaccurate, without providing further details to the New York Post newspaper. It says that the source stated that she has not given any statement to law enforcement and has complained to them about the information being attributed to her as inaccurate. These are not her words, right? It says that her lawyer is saying that on Wednesday morning that she wants to express her deep appreciation for the public support and prayers, much of which has been written in the press attributing statements to her misleading and inaccurate. She has not granted nor released any statements on her own volition. Furthermore, the statement reads that she asks everyone to respect her privacy and avoid speculation as to what occurred and refrain from disclosing any misleading statements as to Mr. Kevin Porter Jr. She asked that the press and all officials refrain from any judgment and speculation on this matter, which will be rectified properly and with integrity. Thank you. Porter was arrested around 6:30 a.m. on Monday after a 911 call for an assault at the Millennium Hilton in Midtown, according to the NYPD and police sources. So basically, the police were called about an assault that occurred between him and her, allegedly. The police arrived, apparently. She was checked out by the doctors, apparently. It says that she had a broken neck and other injuries. And so now it says she's not going to cooperate against him. So the NBA, this is what we got to talk about right here. The NBA is not going to be able to suspend this guy if they have no evidence against him. And he's got a new contract, if I'm not mistaken. He got a new contract. So this is the reason why the Houston Rockets could not just fire him. This is the reason why the NBA could not put him on administrative leave or suspend him. This is why. Because she's not testifying against him. And if the NBA doesn't have any evidence against him, and remember, he's already beat cases like this before. He got cases in the past where he was alleged to have punched 2 women, and he beat that. And so now you have the Rockets trying to trade him because they can't release him, because they can't fire him for this cause, because they ain't got no evidence against him because she ain't testifying. Smash the like button as y'all come on in here. If you support the channel, hit that like button. If y'all want, you get the Cash App, PayPal link pinned at the top of the comment section. And if it happened in the room, there will be no video inside of the room. The video will only be in the hallway. So if you see any video of her, it's only going to be of her coming out in the hallway, unless it spilled into the hallway, which I truly doubt it did. So if you see video of her in the Millennium hallway, it's just going to be video of her. You ain't going to see probably him and her getting into it in the hallway, unless they have a video in the elevator or something where they arguing or something. And trust me, the police looking over all that stuff. But it's not, listen, if they don't have the evidence, they're saying she is not cooperating with the police investigation against him. So she basically standing on business with him. She's standing 10 toes down with this dude after this situation. Now, you had a whole lot of women in the WNBA that went off on this brother online. You had a whole lot of women that was going off on him online the other day. And so now she's shutting all that down. She's saying, no, don't go against him, right? That's what she's saying. And so the bottom line is that the Houston Rockets, they can't just release him because they have to pay him.
So there you have it. I really want to give a courtesy to Ticket TV for this segment of my program. It's just unbelievable, and he gives a lot more detail as to what he believes is the reasoning behind her decision, and it comes down to a monetary one. Kevin Porter Jr. stands to receive a very, very significant payout in a contract that's supposedly about $80 million. So if his girlfriend is coming from a thought process of it being in the best interest of both of them for her not to cooperate, this could definitely be a huge reason as to why. Again, all speculation, but I will say that I have been personally aware of 2 situations that mirrored this very significantly. One was with someone that I worked with very directly, a very, very beautiful woman who was in hot pursuit of an attorney. He had a very, very bad boy element to him. She never really trusted him as far as being faithful, but she was so caught up in the prestige of his profession, his lifestyle, all of the things and trappings that that brought with it, that she was willing to put up with this bad boy behavior. But one night in particular, she was at his apartment. They were together for a very romantic evening. He received a phone call. He left the room, took it in his bedroom, and closed the door. After several minutes, she became so incensed with his absence and who he could possibly be talking to and ignoring her that she began banging on the door. This, of course, made him very irate and frustrated. They got into a physical altercation. He pushed her out of his apartment and locked her out in the hallway in her lingerie. Well, she had absolutely no recourse but to go down to the lobby and to ask the front desk person to please call the police because he had locked her out and all of her belongings were in his apartment. When the police arrived, they asked her what happened. She simply said she wanted her things and that she wanted to leave and that he had locked her out of his apartment. As the situation further developed, they made it clear to her that charges were going to be pressed. She said, "I don't want any charges pressed. I just want my items and to leave." They said, "Ma'am, that's just not the way that it works these days. You called for police assistance in a domestic violence or altercation. A report is made and someone will be charged." Well, much to her upset, like in this case, they did in fact arrest her boyfriend. And you can imagine how furious he was as an attorney to now have this on his record. The other case that I was made aware of by a very dear friend who is an attorney, she's a female attorney, and we were discussing the elements of domestic violence and how women go out to protest against it and how it's unfortunately very ineffective in many of the ways in which they choose to bring this to light in the public arena. Acting out, creating a lot of, violent displays and things like that, graffitiing and destroying property, especially in places like Mexico. And she told me of a case where a woman arrived at the police department where my girlfriend was working and requested that her husband be released from jail. And my girlfriend asked her for details, and when she pulled this man's file, she saw that he had assaulted his wife in a very, very extreme fashion. Now, the woman arrived wearing sunglasses and looking very, very glamorous. And my girlfriend said to her, after reading the report on your husband, "I'm sorry, ma'am, but there is absolutely no way that he's going to be released at this time." And she said, "Well, that's not possible. I need him to be released. We have an important meeting in Miami regarding our business, and I need him to be in attendance." And my girlfriend said to her, "I'm sorry, ma'am, it's just not going to happen. And I know why you're wearing those sunglasses, because I see the pictures of what he did to you. So I'm very sorry, he's not going to be released." So again, a case of monetary benefit keeps so many of these women in situations that could really, really lead to some extreme physical damage. And still they take the chance to stay because of the lifestyle that it provides them. And I think it is just so, so sad. And I feel really, really bad for Kevin Porter and his girlfriend because there are some very, very serious issues in their mental state. It's an unfortunate thing that this is something that is so prevalent in our society. But I really feel that by coming out and sharing this information, it wakes up some women. It makes some women realize that they need to love themselves enough to walk away and to say that my health, my physical state, my mental state are too important and vital for me, and I need to leave. And again, I hope that this really, really just impacts so many women that are potentially in these situations. And gives them the strength to realize that they can move on and that they can survive this. So many women do. So on that note, again, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the time. I would greatly appreciate it if you would like this video, if you would share your comments. I greatly look forward to reading the feedback. And if you would click the all button on the right of the video, that will give you notifications every time I post a new show. So until next time, again, I'm Katie Slade, author of The Victorious Vagina, How to Beat a Player at His Game and Win at Self-Love. Please check it out on Amazon. It's also available on Audible. I know you'll be glad that you did. It's a memoir in which I share all the ways in which I have learned to bestow self-love on myself, especially after having been in some abusive relationships. So it's not a step-by-step guide, but it's a story in which I share the ways in which day in, day out, I bestow self-love on myself. So until next time, thanks again for being here and have a great rest of your day.